And this is the fabrication machine. And this is my version. So this model was made completely within Blender, but not without being tedious. The process first started when I modeled the brain, or aka an exquisite sphere with a hole extruded into its front. And then next I modeled what I like to call the brain's shell, which was easier said than done. And now next up, the body, which I'd say has 3 parts: the front cage, the back cage, and that weird ball joint thing. But for some reason I could not for the life of me figure out how to model the front cage, and I had to refer to a lot of images online. But luckily when I finished the front cage I was able to copy and paste that to the back cage. But now, it's time for the arms. Luckily, these weren't as hard as the body, surprisingly. I only had to look at 2 reference images. I first modeled the arms on the front cage, but for the back ones I basically just scaled them up. Now enough about normal arms, let's get into special arms. The machine only has 3 special arms. Well, technically 4, but I didn't add that on my model, so I'm not gonna count it. The first one is the welder, which is located on the front cage. The second one is the blowtorch, which is located on the back cage. And the last one is the saw blade, which is also on the back cage. Wait. None of the images I just showed you were my versions. Brrr. The welder is not too far off from the source material, and from first glance it seems like the same thing. Aside from these joints right here, I don't know how they got there. The blowtorch? Something just went wrong there, I have no idea. And finally, the saw blade. Aside from the number of teeth, it actually looks pretty good. Next up, the tail. I didn't bother modeling it, but how would the brain be able to get power without wires? At the end of the modeling process, I finally add the wires. I did this by adding curves throughout the body. Anyway, let's get to a part that I kind of hated, but also kind of enjoyed. Rigging. The reason I hated it was because of a unique issue I had. You know how the arms kind of go around the machine? Yeah, bones don't really like it when you rotate them from a 3D cursor. What do I mean by this exactly? Okay, I'm gonna be showing you a live demonstration of what I mean. Okay, so you see how we have this? You see how the bones are perfectly straight? Well, watch this. Now, when you're rigging a robot, you obviously want the axes to be locked. Yeah, it's all broken, messed up, and twisted. And because of this issue, I had lots of problems with the claws, but luckily I figured out an easy way to fix it. This isn't a tutorial, but the first thing you want to do is select the buttons you want, and hit Shift N on your keyboard, and select one of the positions you want your rotation to be recalculated to. Anyway, besides that, it was smooth sailing from there. Next up, materials. Basically all I made was a scratchy metal texture and copied and pasted it across the whole thing, except some stuff like ball joints and the little rods things in the arms. Next up, final polishing. If you've been following my post, you may have noticed this one of where I said the materials were finally added. Do you notice something wrong? Let me give you a closer look. Now look at the original. Oh right, the mechanical lens is colored red, and mine is not. In reality, the color of the lens is actually not red, however, it's the light that makes it red. Guess what I did to solve this? I placed the light inside of the lens. Thank you, thank you. I will be seeing myself out now. Wait, Boosito, you can't just put a light inside of the lens. You have to do the RTX refraction. Haha, lens go. You may have never paid attention to it in the movie, but the machine has these weird grid things. I decided I wanted to add this for last, so I did. So that's why it's in the polishing stage. I feel like my computer wants to cry. Did I ever mention this was all geometry? Yeah, that was all geometry. But that does mean the machine is finished. Yeah, I actually had quite a bit of fun recreating the fabrication machine. This was one of my favorite characters for the longest time. Now I'm actually going to shout out some people. First of all, shout out to Ryan3LO for being a returning viewer. Shout out to KMD for calling the tripod friend-shaped. Shout out to Light Rose for asking if they can eat it. I still think it's a bad idea, don't do it. And shout out to the guy who saw a FNAF. Anyway, thank you guys for watching until the end, and well, see you next time.